Welcome, fellow watch lovers. Today we're going to talk about the Pagani design PD-1701, which is an Omega Speedmaster homage. I've already done a video on version 2, which included these two pieces right here, which is the black one with the matching black date, and then also the white Snoopy looking homage over here. Now we have the version 3, all the typical specifications of the bracelet and the casing, the sizing, and all that is exactly the same as the version 2. The main thing really here to talk about is the dial difference. On the dial itself, on version 3, we now have white indices, and they are not applied. They don't have, the 3D effect that the version 2 has with the silver applied indices that then have a little bit of a tiny dot of a lume on there, and the lume on the version 3 is the entirety of that white indice. The hands have been changed on version 2 versus version 3. On version 3, we now have white hands, both on the chronograph function, the minute hand, the second hand, as well as the subdials. On version 2, these are all silver indices, or polished silver indices. Then you have lume on the minute and the hour hand. The primary difference in my mind is really just the look and legibility. Having the white on black creates much more contrast and therefore is easier to quickly see the time under various lighting conditions. Version 3, in effect, visually has more of a pop to it because of the increased contrast with the white hands on top of the matte black finish. And therefore, I wanted to give you a bit of a side-to-side as you decide which one to purchase for yourself. Version 2, frequently you can now find these at a little bit of a discount. Really provides maybe a more subtle looking watch overall. Some people may like that. I would say that I'm now with both in hand. I personally prefer version 3, and I like the legibility or the white indices as well as the hands, and it also fits a little bit more of the traditional Speedmaster look in that regard. But the reality is we now have numerous Speedmasters on the market. We have the Omega MoonSwatch to pick from for different looks. There's various models of the Omega. There's other brands that are making homage watches such as this. If you're looking for a variety, you now have even more options to choose from. Personally, I prefer this over the MoonSwatch by a significant margin. I prefer the look and style of this watch in terms of you got the stainless steel bracelet that has that real look of the Omega. I like having the mecha quartz movement inside so that you have kind of that free-flowing hand stop and then spring back. I will say I've seen some quality control issues across these where one of the hands may touch another hand various times of the day and cause this to move, in terms of the alignment of the hands. This is now at this particular time, is not causing that issue. Please check out my version 2 video if you want to get the general specifications of the watch, overall thoughts. But I wanted to provide a basic comparison of the two, as I'm sure there's quite a few people in the market now for an homage, and I think that this one, for me, checks a lot of the right boxes, is one that I expect to enjoy for years to come.